Of course, we know he ain't getting out this time. You know,
Oh, yeah, no.
he's done for now.
Yeah.
But it
Keep
came
that.
at the cost of someone's life, and my heart goes out to her family. My heart goes out to
Right.
the family. Real talk.
There are some police forces that don't carry firearms. Let that shit go down in America.
Dang, it wouldn't work.
Too much talking from these niggas that ain't doing shit. I try to keep the peace, but niggas about to ruin.
This happens. I've seen this happen countless times to where someone commits a heinous act of crime and then the fingers start to point. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it, man.
Before you hit play, with you saying that, take the fingers back from baby, man. There's more shit that we can focus on like this right here.
You have heard about Brown's multiple arrests. That's why many are wondering why the suspect, Decarlos Brown, was not in prison. Queen City News reporter Shakira Speaks gets answers from a Charlotte criminal defense attorney.
Decarlos Brown has a long history of being in trouble with the law. His criminal record shows 3 misdemeanors between 2007 and 2009. He was convicted of felony breaking and entering and later convicted of assaulting and stealing from a man using a handgun. But he served his time for each of the crimes against him.
Essentially, what the legislature has done, they have made certain offenses required to have no bond, or at least allow a judicial official to grant no bond.
Charlotte criminal defense attorney Aaron Lee says the 2023 Pretrial Integrity Act allowed for more serious offenses like drug trafficking and homicides to go before an elected judge to be granted bond or not. Magistrates use a certain set of criteria to make that decision.
Magistrate actually have a findings of fact form, just like they filled out in Decarlos Brown's case. And that actually has a checkbox for the magistrate to go over, and it'll say whether or not no bond applies for rebuttable presumptions. Under rebuttable presumption, there is no assurances that this individual will come back to court or that he will not be a danger to the community.
The form lists serious offenses like drugs, weapons, or homicide charges, or was the defendant out on bond and committed another offense using a gun or illegal weapon.
None of those conditions applied in Decarlos Brown's case, so there was no rebuttable presumption that he was going to be a danger. He didn't do anything out of the ordinary that any other magistrate wouldn't have done. And if the DA's office thought something was wrong with it, they could have brought a new bond hearing for a bond modification.
Lee says the dilemma attorneys have is they're lawyers, not doctors. He says getting someone evaluated is a lengthy and timely process.
It is kind of a broken system that a lot of clients do have mental health issues, but getting them evaluated is only for the court's process at streamline and see if they can stand trial and their rights aren't going to be violated. But it's not getting them treatment and making sure the community's safe. Certainly not for that reason.
Reporting in Charlotte, Shakir Speaks, Queen City News.
And the thing is, you never know. Like, let me not say never. They say never say never. But it's hard to know. When you talk about recidivism rates of people who have had past offenses, talk about bonds and not bonds, but parole and all of these different things where prisoners are set free. It's hard to know. There's no science to knowing who's gonna reoffend and who's gonna do something as heinous as what he did on that train. Like, how do you even do that? Like,
let's just think about what we saw, bro. He's sitting there. She wouldn't sit in front of him. All of a sudden, we don't know what happened up here, bro. We don't know. But they say take mental illness serious. Did he have a mental illness? From what he did, that's what it looked like. And I'm not using that as no excuse. But if they let him out of prison and they say his offense met none of the criteria where he should have stayed, then that's what it is. Now, you know, if I'm a petty thief and I got caught stealing 40 goddamn times, yeah, you might say, don't he gonna steal when he get out again.
I see what she said.
You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean, the first offense, they said, I forget exactly what it was, but did not include a gun. But the second one, I guess it was robbery with a weapon, armed robbery, and in an armed robbery, there is a sense of, you know, it takes some, it takes some doing. Let me just say that, for lack of better words. But to say that if he's got his time served for armed robbery and you're questioning why he's out now, it's almost to say anybody who's ever done an armed robbery should live the rest of their life in jail,
Right, right.
in prison. I mean, that's something. Can we do that? I'm pretty sure if you ask someone on the far right, they'll say yes. But anybody with they gonna hate this. A bit of
Yeah,
logic, uh, a bit of logic would say, it's an armed robbery. No one was killed. Time served is time served. Debt to society. All of these phrases come into mind. The far right will debate that up and down. You can do it in the comment section all you want to, but that's just where I stand respectfully, and I'll leave it at that.
well, if they feel like someone who maybe committed an armed robbery or a violent crime, they say 3 times, 3 violent crimes, and your ass, you locked up for life. I get that. But on the third crime, let's say, for instance, he did fraud. That's not a violent crime. He that's not a part of the criteria. So he's going to be able to get out until he commit that third violent crime. And I'm not saying this is how things go, but if you're gonna go have a system in place for these type of criminals, you have to stick with it. You can't say it doesn't matter. Okay, if he did a armed robbery or if he beat somebody up, he pushed somebody more than they almost drowned. Well, that doesn't meet the criteria, so he's gonna serve his time, and then we're gonna let him go. If it's not meeting the criteria, he gets to serve his time and go. That's in a discussion, right? Am I seeing this
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah. I mean, and the thing is, it's this discussion is gonna trigger somebody strictly because where we started at and where we're at now. Please don't take this general discussion we're having about the system, because that's what the video was about. We're no longer talking about this guy, in a sense. That's kind of how you have to digest what we're saying. It's almost like you have to tell people how to fucking listen to the words we're saying, because it just, people be so fucking PC with the shit. Yes, this guy, I wish they would have kept this motherfucking ass behind bars. I do. Now, hindsight is 20 though.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're speaking about. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer. But what you said is exactly true. 100% true.
Of course, we
But
know he ain't getting out this time. You know,
oh yeah, no.
he's done for now.
Yeah.
But it
Keep
came
that.
at the cost of someone's life. And my heart goes out to her family. My heart goes out to the
Right.
family. Real talk.
It's the whole thing where you talk about the law and the system, and even the lawyer in there, he's like, yes, the system is broke. There's certain things. There's little itty bitty loopholes and things that, people fall through the cracks of the system. That happens. There is no perfect system. What system is perfect for policing America? America is not like any other. You can go say, oh, in Europe the policemen don't carry firearms. Let these policemen in America not carry fire. And I don't know if it's Europe or not. I think London and shit, they don't carry firearms or some shit. One of them places. Don't quote me, but there are some police forces that don't carry firearms. Let that shit go down in America.
Dang, it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work at
No.
all. Yeah.
It would not work. I hate to burst that bubble. You know.
It's not perfect. It never will be. I would never expect for the system to be perfect. You know, we just have to adjust as we go. That's the best thing I could say. Adjust as we go. What's
Right.
going to make America a safer place to be, a better place to be?
Right. Fine tune it. You can fine tune this system and try. That's all you can do. Really. I mean, shoot. The group that we have here in America is special. There's not another country with the group of citizenship that American has. This is the only country that this is what we're dealing with when you talk about just the demographic of people all being habitants of this country. So
Right.
Too much talking from these niggas that ain't doing shit. I try to keep the peace, but niggas about to ruin it.